Hello and welcome back to Slow Down Awesome Knots, or Sped Up Awesome Knots, or even Speed Awesome Knots. Yes, this is a new beta has come out. It's mainly for this character. Ooh, let's slow down. Going too fast. Mainly for this guy right here, Sentry, and that's what this video is about. I'm also showing off the new replay system that they've so awesomely added. You can watch certain people as they play. You can look at total deaths, kills, current solar. It's amazing. Total solar, current. It's so cool how many options they've added to this. You can analyze all kinds of information and see where people are. It's so cool just being able to see this vast scale. Really, really nifty thing that they've added here. I'm very pleased with how this has come out. But that is not the main focus of this video. Today, the main focus of this is not these amazing replays. As you can see, I've played a few matches with Sentry just to get my bearings on him. Let's just choose a random map. And this is Sentry X-58. Now, his definition, according to their little stats, is crowd control / area control, and his mobility is tactical. He has two main skills. One is a black hole, which enables a damage collecting black hole that can be placed with a second press, pulling enemies towards it and dealing the collected damage. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that cool? Is very nifty. I still haven't quite figured out all the mechanics to it. Sentry deploys a beacon to which he can teleport. Sentry deals a damage dealing pulse at arrival, and then more bots from the X-58 line come with a high-powered photon mine launcher. That is main AA attack and standard warbot energy thruster for short leaps in combat. So let's take a look at his skills. He's got this is the first layer. First he's got stun, which adds a damage reduction. Oh, shield. I guess for the people inside of I'm not quite so sure. Let's just go for that, just to play around with that. Let's go for that, just because I haven't tried out these upgrades yet. I've tried damage. I've gone for useful builds. Now I'm going for kind of stupid ones. This is his teleporter thing. This is leave it behind an explosive decoy when teleporting to the beacon. This one I think needs a little bit of a buff. Just in comparing it with Leon's decoy, because it's not that useful. I've created a kind of really interesting build for him. As usual, he is a new character, is kind of OP at the moment, but that's because they've just released him, so they haven't quite gotten a chance to fine-tune him. But this is his main attack. What it does is it leaves a mine, and I'll show you that in a second. So damage, lifesteal, time lasting for the mines, and attack speed. And this is explosion rate, so it's sort of like Clunk, and this I think is going to be an insanely most grabbed upgrade if that keeps to the original. No music, no voice acting have been added yet. This is a first look because he was just released today, and a normal utility row for a Starstorm character. So let's keep Solar Tree. So I've totally forgotten his name right now. Sentry, there we go. Sentry is all about crowd control and all kinds of nifty stuff. As you can see, this is his mines. It sort of stays stationary wherever you shoot it. Let's grab black hole. I think is the best. I always buy boots, and that's just a personal thing. Okay, so how you use this is first you select right, and you start I believe that's sort of the absorption phase, where if you start taking damage, you then absorb it and can use it to unleash. This thing is very nifty. Let's see if we can trap some guy. Oop, nope. It creates this sort of black hole, and they're powerless to escape. Well, not powerless. It slows them down. Okay, let's test my theory. I think. Yep. See how it sort of absorbed that damage. I'm not quite sure what his purpose is specifically, but he is certainly an interesting character. Adds a new spin to things. Boom! And he explodes. But I'm pretty sure that this build that I've gone for is ridiculously powerful. As you can see, there's definitely a bug in AI right now because it does that. Damage absorption. Come on. I've seen them do a lot of that, although the damage absorption really hasn't. I don't know. Oh, charge. It's sort of a risky thing because he has to take damage in order to deal damage. Which is why I've sort of focused on his AI, which is really powerful right now. I mean, I think it's a little overpowered if you ask me. Come on, shoot him. Shoot him. Pretty sure he's barely overpowered. But he's certainly interesting. He's got very odd mechanics to him. Yeah, got him. Okay. So, he's got a natural double jump kind of thing. It's sort of a cross between like a Genji jump and a Clunk jump, because you can sort of, if you just hold it, it goes all the way out, which is, I think, similar to Genji. But if you do the main jump, you can sort of tap jump it, and it's very like Clunk and the other floaty characters. So he's got a lot of sort of multi-jump possibilities. These mines are incredibly useful, and what you can do, and see if you can get him into the sweet spot right there, you can get him to take damage. It's a very nifty. It's sort of like a combination of Swigen's Anchor and a I don't know, like a field of like Clunk or Ayla. And you sort of, I don't know, you kind of want to just spam that thing. I mean, my philosophy with skills, if you're not using skills, then you're sort of wasting them. Seems kind of obvious, but it's surprisingly, it's sort of weird how it gets stopped by certain things, but not the others. Let's see what kind of. Yeah, then. So let's see. He goes. I guess it does go through all terrain, but which can be kind of frustrating because you're trying to aim at something down. Like in those kind of situations, I want to aim down like that, yet I can't. Okay, so it's absorbed some damage. Suck in, and see that was a sweet spot right there because both damaged him and kept him in the line of the turret. Ooh. Oh, tried to suck him in. Let's see if we can grab some upgrades and show you what they're all about. This second upgrade, the teleport beacon, is quite nifty, and then this guy right here, which I think is going to be the sort of must-buy kind of upgrade for him, even though you don't need it. Now this teleportation thing, what it does is you can click the middle mouse button and it leaves a little target indicator. And that's the other skill. It leaves a little target indicator which you can teleport to at any moment by pressing the middle mouse button again. And that little zap also damages opponents. The only caveat to that is that you cannot use it while in combat. Let's see if I can get an example going. I'll explain that skill in a second. Okay, so let's place our little target beacon. It's not very useful for damage dealing, it's just not. If you look, see how my counter resets as it keeps getting some damage, and we're gonna die here. That also functions as a shield, which is nifty. Okay, now, this second upgrade, what I bought here, basically turns your mines into activatable seeker missiles, which is kinda nifty. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There we go. Come on. Damage him. Oh. So it's incredibly useful. You can also use that if you're feeling squeamish and don't want to... Oh, no, go away from me. Get away. Bad boy. If you're feeling a little bit squeamish, you can prematurely use your thing. It doesn't help you. These mines, even without damage, are pretty strong. I mean, there are certainly other auto attacks that kill creep in one mode, but it's so fast and it's so useful. And once you get this upgrade right here, it's like child's play. You just sort of spam it. There is a little bit of a bug. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right to me. I don't know if it's intended, but as you can see, I have a mine out. And if I click again, it goes. But if I hold down my thingy, it doesn't actually do anything. So I have to lift up my mouse and then press again before it starts firing. But then, if I want those to seek, I have to press it again. But you sort of have to double click, as opposed to most auto attacks where you can just click it once. It feels a little bit wrong, but I don't know if that was just what was intended or what. It might have meant it to be something like that. I mean, you need pants. I'll try and get this build to where it's starting to get a little bit crazy. There's just a point where this gets stupid. He's definitely more of a defensive character. He doesn't have a lot of hurt pushing abilities. He can certainly make sure people... he's very anti-push. Like, he can suck up a bull or an entire push and just sort of hit things from afar. But the reason why I think this build is currently kind of overpowered right now... Let's just put a little beacon thingy here. Oop, that's trying to get damage. But what you can do... Ooh, boy. Okay, let's head back. Let's stay safe. And he does that little cute thing when he teleports back. Let's grab that. What I like to do, I like going for the AA on these new characters. I did that with Foxy, and now I'm doing that with this character. But these two upgrades right here, attack speed and time duration, that is such a long time duration. I'll show you how crazy that is. Remember, I could only get 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 of those things. So now you've basically doubled the amount of mines you can have on the field at one time. Which is, oh, I should just teleport back. I never think about that. It is difficult to set up like a big ball of death, but like you can just sort of attack everything, and you just sort of you're inclined to spam and just do all kinds of nifty stuff with this. See, the other thing is that you can sit here way behind the turret and just sit here and spam, because they will automatically seek from really far automatically to the teleporter. The only, not disgruntled thing, oop, dang it, wrong button. But the only thing is that these things auto-aim very similar to like Voltar's drones. You can't really control them. They just sort of fire in one direction. So there's no easy way to sort of say, I want them firing that way, because I've often had occasions where I've been trying to hit something and he's got no health left, but they decided to heat seek onto another one. But as you can see, this just wears down the turrets, and you can just, it sort of becomes like a super long range clunk turret, and which I don't think was the sort of the intention. Ooh, money, 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 money. Yoink. Oop, that's what I intended. Let's, hopefully let's not end this game, because I can't, because I'm in the middle of recording Race to Prestige. Come on. And also, when they get stuck in the floor, they don't quite track right, they just sort of explode. Which I can see. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I swear I have these set to the smart AI, but no. They gotta be dumb. Ow, that was stupid. Hopefully that will make our push fizzle out and we can do it. Anyway, we come back and we grab these attack speed, and now, remember, we could get 7 of them out at the same time. Now what we can do is we can come over here and let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So basically you can get this like super massive joink. Hey, that still staves after staves. It's sort of chaotic, but it's very powerful. You sort of get like a 40 damage strike. Well, I guess it's even more because it's a boss. Ooh. That was a bad location for one. See, there's also no way to cancel that, so. Doink, doink. Come on, go after him. I've mostly been using the sort of teleport for utility, and then the AA is my auto attack, and then the black hole just sort of for crowd control, and I think that is I guess sort of its purpose, and for like an escape attempt. See, if I'm running away and I don't want to, that was interesting. I want to get out of somewhere and people are chasing me, then keep going. See, like that. Wow. Okay, that didn't actually damage them. So, ooh, boink. Come on. No. Ah! There's a little bit of a flaw in those things. It takes a long time to get back. Also, it takes a while to recharge, and that 2-second delay, I think, could be shortened a little bit because it's almost useless in escaping anyone because you have to avoid damage for 2 seconds completely, which is harder than you'd expect when you're getting chased by someone. Boink. Boink. Better situation. I don't know what it would take to sort of absorb an entire cell if I can't quite think of the right word to describe that the purple bar. It's really hard to sort of charge up this. Yeah. Alright, let's go back. Hopefully this push doesn't kill it. I don't want any XP for the race prestige. Okay, let's get the last one, and this is the other thing, which is ridiculous right now. What that upgrade does, here, I'll even show you. Attack speed 2 for 5 seconds. So that means when I come out of this teleport thing, I attack twice as fast as before. So remember, I had 10 of those things? Now I have 20. Yeah, and at 9 damage each, that's theoretically 180 damage. It's kind of difficult to place him down, but watch this. Look at that. That just melted half of his health right there. And this is the other thing I was talking about, so you can just sort of sit here at a range and just sort of pick away at this turret. And just go like that. Full damage load on. Oh man. Look at that. Lethal. Get away from me. And you can just sort of sit here spamming away, and there's not terribly much you can do about it. You sort of, ow! Absorbed. Still haven't quite figured out how to do that. Just came out this afternoon. Give me a break. I haven't completely figured out. Oh no. I do think it overlaps unnecessarily sometimes. Oh, coward. It's quite satisfying to do that. I mean, I imagine yeah, he is quite an interesting character. Hope they balance him right so he's not just completely overpowered. So that, like, of course, people are going to be playing him all the time because he's new. But hopefully they'll not do that longer than normal. It's kind of annoying when every game has the new character. Yeah, we get it that you want to have the new character yourself, but it kind of gets frustrating after a while because it's like, oh, it's going to be a Lone Star and a Ray and a Sentry for a while, and now it's going to be a Penny, a Sentry, and like a good naut, but... But yeah, that is Sentry. I'm trying to think of some other bugs that I've noticed with him. For teleporting, the particles are sort of going where he's not for any other character because he ducks. Because he ducks like that, the particles are sort of going to the wrong space, like if he wasn't ducking, as you can see. Let's see if we can get him to do it. Come on. Supposedly he pulls out like a cell phone or something. Come on. No. But anyway, he's quite a nifty character, and I cannot wait until the... It feels kind of... Alright, here's another situation. If you have a few mines out, and then go away, and you walk away, and you're like, okay, I need to start firing. And I click it, and nothing happens. And that's because I just activated those mines. It feels a little bit clunky, the controls, so that could definitely use some polish. Okay, let's see how they're doing. Teleporty thingy mabobber. No, it only does 10 damage, but yeah. They definitely could make that a little bit more intuitive as to how you boom. Anyway, yeah, they definitely could make things more intuitive. I think I noticed an error on the shop screen. Let's see if I can notice it again. I don't remember. Anyway. So yeah, that is Sentry. He's just been released as of May the 2nd. Beta, if you hope to support the Starstorm beta, then you can try them out, and the way you do that is you go to your Steam library page, you click on the menu for Awesomenauts, you go to Properties and the Beta tab, and there you should be able to find a tab for Beta, and you use the drop-down menu, and isn't that pretty? Use the drop-down menu and select Opt into the Starstorm Beta, and voila, you should be on the beta client. Now, you won't be able to play normally until you reverse that process and say, no, I do not want to be in the beta. So, I have no questions about that. At least I did for the penny thing. Okay, so one last thing. I am quickly approaching 500 subscribers. I have 499 probably at the point of this video, and by the time this goes up, I'll probably have 500. So in order to kind of celebrate that momentous occasion, fireworks, I am going to be giving away 3 copies of Awesomenauts. If you already have Awesomenauts, don't ask for another one. Let someone else who doesn't have one get one. The way I'm going to be doing it is I'll just say comment in the video, like it. I don't know if there's any way to track that easily, so I'm not saying you'll have to like it to do it, but yeah, I've just picked up a few extra copies along the way. I've bought several Humble Bundles with them in there, and since I've already had it for 2 years, I don't have them. So I have 3 extra keys I can give out to people, and I figured why not do it for my 500 subscribers special thingy-mabobby. It's not really special, it's just showing off someone else's work, but anyway, this is so cool. Oh man. But yeah, so just leave a comment. I'll pick people randomly. If you already have awesome knots, don't grab extra keys. I mean, let people who don't have it experience the awesomeness that is awesome knots. You get it? Awesome knots? Awesome. Fireworks. Yeah. But yeah, so that's probably going to be it for this video. Just wanted to show off the new replay system a little bit. Just a little peek at the beginning. Show off the awesome new character, Sentry. And celebrate 500 subscribers. And I thank you guys for your support. It's been an awesome few years, and I can't wait to keep doing it. Awesome Knots Season 3, or Race to Prestige Season 3 rather, should be coming out rather soon. I just haven't had time to record, been busy with school and finals. I recorded the first 3 episodes, but I need to record a few more so I can get the title, and yeah. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, as always. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.